Hey my friends, this is Brian with the Ky Woodsman, and we've just come back from an outing. We had an overnight camp out and did a little bit of frog eating and set some trot lines and caught some catfish too. We ended up catching about 10 catfish, threw 3 of them back. They were a little bit undersized, and caught a pretty good sized one too, a blue cat, and gave that to my son. And so anyway, I ended up with 3 catfish out of it, and I'm going to go ahead and fillet these up. The catfish rib cage goes straight out and straight down, just like a box. So, you know, there's not a lot around this. See how I'm kind of taking this knife out to the side here, and what I do, I just take my knife and just kind of go right along there. And as a matter of fact, it even goes up. You know, it comes out and up, the rib cage does. So, you know, you're not gonna waste a lot of meat by just carving that straight off right there, because there ain't much along the sides. And I just follow the ribs. I always keep my finger pushing out, so that so I can carve this meat away. And then watch out, because as you start coming back here, almost forgot one of the most important things here. Cut off the daggone fins. Otherwise you'll be wrestling with these suckers the whole time. There we go. And you end up sticking yourself with them, and boy do they hurt. They bleed for a while. So I just usually cut them off. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about it. And you can lay it on the side now. So, and I just start working my way down, You want to come out right about where that fin's at right there. And see, we got some good meat right there. And then just come straight down flat. Now we got a big fillet all the way from top and bottom, all the way along. So I'm just going to cut the skin. Just kind of perforate it. Then I'm not fighting to get skin all the time. And just cut the meat. So, and catfish skin tends to be a bit tough. So, you know, I hope you got your knife sharpened. Okay. Just the main thing is getting it right along those ribs, not wasting no meat. And I just lay it flat, and then just kind of pull your fish. Right here is where I usually cut my skin off in half. We'll try it anyway. And don't feel so bad right here if you leave a little meat on the skin, because most of that's going to be red meat. See how it's red? And that tastes like mud, so I usually trim that off anyway. Now on a bass or bluegill, you know, you want to get it all. And you got a little red meat in here. This one's not a real huge fish, so I mean it's nothing big, but that kind of tastes muddy. I don't care for it, so just kind of cut that out a little bit. See there? And that'll take away, so some folks call that the mud vein. And I tell you what, it is too. Once you cook it, it just turns real brown, and I think it tastes nasty. So you can either trim it out now, or when you get your fish cooked up, you know, just go through here with your fork and scrape it out, you know. There we go. No big deal. That's the first fillet. That's pretty nice. And then there's some fat and stuff that's like yellow up here, and I usually trim that out too. So anyway, that's one side of it. So, and the fin, see how it's got that bump on each side right there? You're gonna have to kind of come back and then go around that bump. That's kind of like a joint is what that is, where the fin can go up and down. That's the joint that it goes against right there. So and then follow the backbone all the way down. Go on the right side of that dorsal. There we go. And then I just take it straight down, hang it right along the rib cage again. And it's going to go to the right and up a little bit. So see how it kind of goes up? See, that's higher than that. Keep that in mind. All right. And then as soon as you start going to the end of the ribs, you need to get in there close, because it's gonna start getting into some good thick meat right there that we don't want to waste. You know, we had a real good time camping, and got into a couple bullfrogs and had a late night snack, and the mosquitoes were a little tough, but anyway, we just ended up bringing some bug nets. My son had one that you throw over the top of your tent, and then I had one that you just put over the top of you, and I ended up tying mine to the top of my tent, but once we got that under control, it was in for a good night's sleep there. So that's good. See how thick it is? I mean, we've got a heck of a steak here, so that's a good fillet. I'm eating some weight off that one. Okay, so again, hold your knife as flat as you can, and don't worry too much about getting too close to the skin on a catfish. You're gonna get as close as you can, but you get a lot of that red yuck meat anyway, so. Need to sharpen my knife. I just sharpened it right before I did these two, and it needs it again. Okay, so that's a heck of a fillet there. Look at the thickness on that. Not bad. Not bad fish at all.